So you want to play blues guitar, huh? Let's look at the best who's ever done it. Stevie Ray Vaughan, Texas Flood, live. First thing I want to say, I am tuned down to E flat, so hopefully it holds. He's playing in the position of G, but it's technically F sharp, so we got that out of the way. The beginning goes one chord, little 6 chord there, a 1 chord with a 6th note in it, so it's a G. We're gonna call it in G, a G with an E in it. He does that a lot on like a major blues thing, and then he does the 4 chord. And then that slide. So then another cool thing is he goes 1, 1 to the 5. And all of a sudden now we're starting our 12 bar. Boom. So it's kind of like we start on the turnaround, which I love a good turnaround intro. So let's listen again. And I'm going to count the chords with you here. Okay, let's get this intro down, then we're gonna listen to it all the way through, but here's what I got so far. Hold on. Okay, let's listen. This is the beginning of the 12 bar. Let's listen. Oh, it's so juicy on a Strat. He does this a lot. Oh. So the motif of Texas Flood is... Right, he's gonna do that all day long. Doesn't even start singing yet. So the next time, so you do the intro, he does a full 12 bars, which there's licks like very major, right? We're in major. And then they go to the 5 chord. And he does the same kind of like a major, a dominant D, right? He does a dominant D. Then he goes, right here, it just goes back to the minor. So for those of you guys that know or don't know, play the minor pentatonic on the 4 chord. You can see a lot of those notes are going to work perfectly. If you want to get real juicy, you can hit that 6th that I was talking about. It works beautifully over the 4 chord. Okay, and then back to the 1. So there was a lick that he played in there that was gnarly. It was something like that. Let's listen to it again, and then we'll move on. That one, so fast. Okay, so. What is that? Right? It just rips down the blues scale, but so beautiful. I mean, let's slow that down. Dude, it's just so, it's rapid. It's like at a rapid pace. So it's... So if I try to play it fast... Okay, and then he goes into the... And we'll just... Let's go to this next one here where he starts ripping. Actually, turn around. Listen to the turnaround. Plays the chords beautifully. Oh, actually, instead of a 9, here's another lesson for you. You'll see these 9 chords all over the place. I noticed on this song, he plays just the dominant 7, which is beautiful. Instead of, which both of them sound good, but you'll find that there's beauty in just the regular dominant 7. All right, here we go. That's another classic thing. You take that third and you bend it. It's hard to get it exactly right. Any of the bends make it hard, but there's these licks. It's hard to get it also without single coils. My Stratocaster's in the shop. It's getting turned into a Stevie Ray Vaughan guitar as we speak, so... You'll hear that too. He bends perfectly to this note. He bends from the C to the D. But then he'll land on a little a D flat or somewhere in between there. Let's keep it going. What the heck was that? Okay, lesson to be learned there. A 5 chord, or, right, you can go... All of a sudden you're playing a 5 chord now. And then he goes to the 4 chord and plays the minor pentatonic. It's just a beautiful way to do it. So basically you're going from the 5 chord pentatonic minor, blues minor, back to the 1 minor. You can play the 1 minor pentatonic over the 4 chord. It just sounds beautiful. Well, it's flooding down in Texas. Now let's listen. He plays beautiful in between phrases. All of the telephone lines are down. He doesn't play any chords there. Also, I notice he plays the 4 chord with the root on the bottom instead of just throws the G on the bottom. All of the telephone lines are down. Something like that. Well, I bet you to call my baby. No, not it's just so free. Does he do a major third there? Instead of... So the turnaround is also... Since he does so many blues songs, each song has to have motifs. It has to have certain things that he does repeatedly, so it's not just... Like, if you play blues all night long, you'll just improvise the whole time. You gotta have some... Like, you gotta have some things you do every time so people know it's still one song. Verse 2. There's a 6 chord. See, we're in a major now. So over the 1 chord, it's good to play a major pentatonic. And then the 4 chord. Right, and then back to the 1. Not that you can't play the minor over the 1. You can definitely play the minor pentatonic over the whole progression if you want. But to make the changes sound cool, save your minor pentatonic for the 4 chord. If you haven't learned that yet, do some of those. Pausing like this is the only way I can pick these licks out, so hopefully it doesn't drive you too crazy.
Well, the clouds are rolling. Man, and I'm standing out in the rain.
In the rain. He's just doing. It's the equivalent of his guitar playing on that. That lick. I might do it like that. Very Jimi Hendrix, obviously. That. He does that a lot. So we're on the 1 chord and we're about to go to the 5 chord.
Well, the water keep rolling.
Rolling.
Man's about to drive Like Stevie Ray.
He put some dirt on it. Man, it's about to drive boat.
Inside.
Listen.
Man's about to drive Like Stevie Ray inside.
There's another one. Minor 3rd to the root to the 5 to the flat 7. It's very Albert King, I believe. Again, it's not about the notes as much as it is about how he plays the notes, the intensity in which he delivers. I'm trying to give it that oomph. Okay, so what we've gathered so far: 4 chord, you do minor licks. The 5 chord, you can do the or. Right, you can do, that's kind of like a mix of the G minor pentatonic and the D minor pentatonic. If instead of this, you go. It's a good practice to stay in the one spot here. So like for a major chord, you can go. Then the 4 chord. And then the 5 chord. And then the 4 chord. And then the 1 chord. Oh wait, I did it wrong. See? Different. That's one sound, but for Texas Flood. Okay. And then obviously he's done a couple of these. I'm guessing a lot more of those are coming here. Now it's the solo. Everything else, intro, verse, like the way he does. Well, it's flooding down in Texas. All the telephone lines are down. Well, it's flooding down in Texas. All the telephone lines are down. That kind of stuff, right? Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Let's go into the solo, see what happens. Here we go. Here we go. Woo! Okay, so he did something different right there. So everything else, he did a lot of like, he blends those two positions. But I saw another position on this 5 chord. It's like he's playing in D minor, like I was saying before, right? So this position is right here. So he just played it more. Let's listen to it. Oh. He did the little... Technically, it's like playing an A blues over that. That's kind of cool. Did he do the minor third or the major third? He did the minor. He's just playing the minor. And then what do we do over the 4 chord? No way. Oh, what is that? Oh. It's just the blues. It's G blues scale. But it's on this position like he's gonna play C. Oh, that's the G, that's the BB box. So we're going on the 5. And then 4. And then he rips. I'm gonna get that exactly. How sick is that? Might have to slow it down. Oh. I'll do that. So we're going. Something like it. Right. Then that. Ugh. Gotta roll your finger there. So many ways to do it. You gotta watch his hand. Okay, second time around. Starts the same as the first time, but with dirt. Oh, so that one's he's hitting both strings. Like that. Ripping, bending. Okay, second time around now. He's down on the low octave. I swear he hit a low E in there, listen. That. Oh, so he goes. So he uses this D minor as a G7. And if you jazz cats out there know that G7, the extensions of a G7 are the D minor chord. So he's playing extensions of a G7. And I don't think he's a keyboard player in this, maybe. I don't know, I don't hear anything. There it is. And then he hits the third, so it's a 9 chord. Maybe do this up here. And then he switches to like... Yep. Which is a, let's look at it. We got the flat 7, we got the 9, we got the third, and the root. So it's just another variation of a 9 chord. So we got this 9 chord, and then this one. So he goes. Got a lot of G7 in there. Oh! He just hit the highest note the guitar has. What note is that? Just an E up there? It's the 6 of the G. So a G7, you can throw the 6 in there. It really emphasizes the fact that it's a G major, right? It's like we're in a major blues right now. Back to the minor riffs. What note is that? So you're just staying in minor over the 5 chord. Like I said, you could play G minor pentatonic all over the whole chord progression if you want. There's that lick again. Hopefully by now you've seen the... God, it's... You really have to mean it, or it doesn't... You have to do the hit hard, vibrato hard, and show your teeth. That's Albert King. Go listen to any Albert King. He does that anytime he wants to slow it down. If you haven't heard Stevie Ray Vaughan and Albert King play together, it's beautiful. Honestly, sometimes you won't know who's playing. Stevie Ray Vaughan does so many of his licks, even though he's faster, you know. You won't hear Albert King do that, but you'll hear him do like... Right? So good. We're slowing down for the 3rd time around. That tone. Dig in, son. Then Albert King again. That's so sick, that lick. If you take nothing from this, do that. And that's over the 4 chord. And you can do it over any chord, but that's what he does it. Oh, wait, does he? Yeah, 4. Back to the 1. Sometimes Stevie will do a bend this way. Sometimes he'll do it this way. Obviously, I'm not as good. I've done this a million times. But this... I'm about to practice that. There it is again. So you'll notice... I know I'm pausing just like an insane amount, but if you'll notice, he's got motifs through each of these, like... The first one, he'll do... The second one... A lot of that. And now this third one... He slows it down and he goes... Right, he's got motifs in each... He's got little phrases he repeats to keep it consistent. See, look at that. Like he's dripping in sweat, dude. He's riffing on the motif right now. He turned his volume up. He's getting back to heavy. 4 times around. Back to like the 2nd time around. Fix the tuning. Here's a trick for you. Keep your bending hand on the note. Keep your fretting hand on the note. And hit your tuning that way. I always go like... Right, but you can keep it... God, I can't get the tone with these humbuggers, but it's all we got for today. Up the scale. Now he's on the minor pentatonic up here. It's kind of easier than... There it is. Oh! And that's this one. That's just up here. Oh god, it's hard. Can you do that one again? This damn chord doesn't make it no easier. Back to the motifs. Whoa! What was that? That's brand new to me. Boom. How sick is that? It's kept. He's really playing the D7 chord there. Remember, like I said, you could play the G minor pentatonic over the whole thing, or when you hit the 5 chord, you can outline that 5 chord. He makes it like a 9. And that's kind of that A minor pentatonic I was talking about. You can do an A minor pentatonic over the D7. So take your D7, whatever your chord is, in this case it's the D7, and play the 5th as a minor. That's like a jazz thing. That's your extensions. You're gonna hit a lot of the same notes there. It's pretty cool here. So let's listen to that again. And then he's gonna do the same thing on the 4 chord there. So he's here we go. So here. So and then it's gonna go. And if you think about this goes right in line with what I'm talking about. Now we're on C7. Take the 5th, G, make it a minor pentatonic or minor triad, and you've got extensions. You've got the beauty of it. So look. And now we're here. Just good stuff. See? And now he's back home. Here we go. He hits that chord, and you know what that means. This is the 5th time around the block now. We've done 1, which is... And we've done 2, which is... And then we've done 3, which is... And then the 4th one, which is... And then... Oh my god. And then now we're going around for a 5th time, and here's what happens. That's right. He spins around, takes the bottom strap off. He doesn't have to spin. The spin is just for effect. Puts the guitar around his back, and now look. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have tried this before, but it's not easy. I can't even get it off. Oh my god, how do you even get it off? I need like a strap lock with a button. Okay, here we are. Now I made it. Very graceful, I know. And then... How am I supposed to do that? Oh! And then how does it get back? I think probably like... Probably gotta spin again. Okay, so... I demonstrated that because... That might be the hardest Stevie Ray Vaughan thing to do. And if you're gonna do a Stevie Ray Vaughan cover, you gotta do it. I'm just kidding. But I wanna do it. I wanna do a tribute. I wanna get the hat. I wanna wear blouses with scarves. And I wanna do it. So I got a lot of work to do. I mean, you couldn't even tell he's doing that if you're just listening. There's that. Also, I want to take note the bass is going, which is normally a guitar part, right? But the bass is doing 2 notes at once. Probably for him it's up here, but it sounds like, you know, it's lower, it's a bass. So through the 5th time around, the bass player and the drummer have to change a little bit too to make sure each time around the 12 bars is a little bit different. Now we're on the chunk. Do his turnaround here. 6th time around? Nope. He's gonna sing with it behind his back. And he's playing the whole time. Oh, he brought it around real easy like that. How did he bring it around so easy? So this one's... A lot of that on this 3rd verse.
Sun shines every day.
Hold on. What is that? Okay. He hits his tritone sub right there because it's like a 5 chord, but with the root substituted for a half tritone below, which is now a half step above our root. But instead of this chord, he does this, which is a 9 chord. It's got extensions, but then he goes home up there, so it's like, baby, the sun shines every day. Boom. Then he rips. What's that last chord? There it is. Okay, so he does. So it's... Okay, before I leave you guys, I gotta try this. How did he come around? So he's back here, right? Come on. Come on. Dude, attaching it is the hardest part. Okay, so we're playing. So it's, well, I'm leaving, baby. And I'm going home to stay. And then he's here. He brings it. Oh, maybe I have it too high. I gotta lower it, so. Then he goes like, well, I'm leaving you, baby. And I'm going back home to stay. Dude, I can't get it over. Look, it falls off my shoulder. Not to mention I can't even play. Okay, so let's do this. Baby, the sun shines every day. Jesus. Well, thank you for joining me on the circus episode of Guitar Analysis, because that was ridiculous. But that's what he does, man. And he makes it look so easy. I thought that the playing would be the hardest part, but flipping that damn guitar around is pretty hard. So if you learned anything today, it's what notes to play over what chords. You can do the major pentatonic or the minor pentatonic over the 1 chord. Over the 4 chord, it's best to stick to that minor pentatonic, or you could outline the chord itself, like in this case the C7. When you hit the D7, you can continue to play the minor, or I'm sorry, to play G minor over it, or you can play a D minor blues over it, or an A minor blues. So that leads me to my next thing you learned is the 7 chord, you can go up to the 5th, so let's pick a random one. E flat, up to the 5th, so like E flat 7, you can play a B flat minor pentatonic over it, as long as you hit the right notes and, you know, take into consideration what Stevie's doing, take into consideration what your blues players are doing, because talking scales is not enough. You have to know exactly right. But it's kind of a helpful thing. So over a D7, I can play a little A minor over it, as long as I'm, you know, hitting the 4th note of the A minor and the 5th note. Those are good notes to play over it. But just listen to what he's doing. And then the third thing we learned, 5 times around the block is a lot, so you got to change it up. Each 12 bars should have a motif. So practice that next time you're playing 2 or 3 times around the 12 bars. The first time, have a little motif. For example, let's say I'm playing, this is my motif. Okay, so now I'm playing. And then I go off. Right? That little thing I do multiple times. Right? Then I play on it. It's hard to play out of time when there's no time to begin with, you know what I mean? Like playing riffs kind of freeform, but I don't have a bass player right now, so I gotta play everything in time. It just doesn't work. And then the next time around the block, if I'm doing this, that's my motif, right? Or this. And this is just Stevie Ray Vaughan. There's a million different things you can do. What if this is your motif? Maybe your thing is, ooh. Now we're on this chord. See, I even threw it in there in a different spot. So those are our little motifs, our little examples of what you can play to make it different. And, you know, also build, right? 1 is medium, 2 is loud, 3 now we're soft, and then 4 is even louder, right? And then 5th time around, he puts it behind his back and shows off, and then he starts singing with it behind his back, and then shit gets crazy. Also building in the verses. First verse, he's not playing it all over the chords. Listen.
Man, I'm standing out in the rain.
So the first, see, there was nothing played there, but in the other one, it's man, I'm standing out in the rain. Right? He's playing chords over the lyrics this time because he's building. So Right on. If you guys want more guitar, put in the comments what guitar you want me to analyze. Stevie Ray Vaughan, B.B. King, Buddy Guy, Eric Clapton, Albert King, Freddie King, Etta James. She doesn't play guitar. I was just trying to think of another blues artist. You get the point. Let's sign off, and until next time, blues it out.